up, my LJC family, and welcome back to my channel. Today is November the 21st. Y'all, Vlogmas 21. And y'all, I don't understand how my videos are not working on my channel, but I'm posting the videos. I think it's one of my videos had got deleted. So y'all, I'm so upset. Video day 20 got deleted, and I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I just got to move forward. So today is November the 21st, like I said. And today's video, y'all, we are going to be making a fruity pebble cake using the traditional vanilla cake batter. Y'all, I have been wanting to do this cake for the longest. Here's the ingredients. I want to make sure with me doing this cake, I want to make sure I use everything the way it's supposed to. So you're going to need the 4 eggs. You're going to need water and milk. It's all on the box. And then I always substitute the water with almond milk. Almond milk has such a great taste to it. It's not like, I don't know, it gives cakes to me are more rich and creamy, and it gives it a better taste for some reason. I don't know, but here's my measuring glass. And y'all always know when you hold measuring anything you're measuring, you hold it in your hand, you're always gonna over measure. You're always gonna get more, but hey, more is better. So if you're not just overdoing it, a little bit is not going to hurt you. So here I'm just measuring. I think it was 1 cup and 1/4 of a cup, or 1 cup, 1 1/2. It's on the box, y'all. When you're doing these cakes, make sure that you are doing these cakes by instructions, by the directions on the cake, because you really want, when you're doing extra things like me, I'm making a fruity pebble cake. And sometimes when you overdo things and you overthink what you're going to do, things never turn out right. But if you just follow the instructions on that box, at least your cake is going to be right. Anything else, hey, it is what it is. This cake do require 4 eggs, and um most cakes just require 3. So I don't know, but anyway, I know a lot of people always mix their butter and eggs, milk, water, whatever y'all use. I know a lot of people I have seen during, the holidays, when they do their cake, they mix first. I don't know why, but they do. Me, I don't do that. I put my batter in first, and then I put, you know, the oil and the milk and the eggs. I put that in next. I don't know. That's just me. We all different folks for different strokes. But anyway, here I'm just trying to, y'all, I'm blind. I can't see. I was trying to really see, was that 1/4 of a cup or whatever. So, hey, like I say, a little more is always better. But anyway, you want to make sure that everything is right. It's okay. It's okay, my LJC family, if you put a little bit more, not extremely a lot, but just a little bit more, it's okay. So here I got a fork because I don't really like to use my whisk. I have that. I have a blender, but I really like to use a fork to break all of that down off in there, to try to get the mix through as much as I can. I don't use the fork throughout the whole process, but the fork, to me, it breaks it down. I know y'all seen batter going everywhere, but you know, it breaks the cake down to me. Um and then I go in, and once I get it to a certain texture, I'll try to, I start to use that flat, y'all, it's just that flat spatula, this one right here. I always use this when I make my cakes because it gives it like a smooth. To me, it whip it better than the mixer or anything like that. I don't know why. I don't know why. I just think that, but that's just how I make my cakes. I don't know about you, but I like to put a little work, when you're doing that cake mix. Put a little work, put a little love. To me, when you're using a blender and all that other stuff, you ain't putting no love into it. You trying to hurry up, mix it, and get it on out the way. But hey, like I say, that's just me. But anyway, family, I'm just, you want to make sure that you got that cake mix, because y'all know sometimes when you be making these cake, it be having these little flour knots, whatever you want to call it. It be having that off in there, and I don't really too much uh like that. I just don't like that. I like my cakes to be smooth. I like for my cakes to be, I ain't gonna say perfect, because like I say, no one is perfect but God. But I like for my cakes to be, you know, squared away right. So I walked to the room and I got the Fruity Pebbles. I'll be using these Fruity Pebbles right here. And then I have that red icing, and my whipped cream icing is off in the cabinet. But one thing about this cake, I thought about it and I said the next time I'm going to try to use something else. I mean, I just be thinking, yeah, I will lay there and think of a dessert, and it just started coming to me, and I'd be like, you know what? I'm finna go pick up some ingredients and I'm finna try to make this cake. So, y'all, I thought about it all night, and I know it's not something that I have just done. I know plenty of people did a Fruity Pebble cake, but this was just something that I wanted to do. I never tasted a Fruity Pebble cake, but hey. But anyway, y'all, I got the spray. I normally use butter, but like I said, today, no, I might have didn't say that. I normally use butter in my cakes, but because I was trying something new, and cakes are butter is so, it makes everything so like moist. I didn't want that. I wanted everything to be um like, I wanted it all to come out right. I wanted it to be um not so moist, because when you're doing something different, you don't want everything to just fall apart. You want to kind of give it a little bit a texture. You know what I'm saying? You want it to be not rough and tough, but you want it to be where you can do what you need to do. In cake and butter, I didn't want to use butter, so I used oil, vegetable oil at that. And I sprayed my pan with that butter spray. I normally melt butter and put it in my pots, but anyway, here the cakes were done. I put them in the oven, probably like 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. Well, whenever I don't really time my cakes, to be honest. Whenever I smell the cake, I know that the cake is done. So I just went, looked at the cake, stuck a knife in there, and hey, took that sucker right on out of the oven. And here I'm poking holes. I thought that if you, instead of me baking the Fruity Pebbles in the batter, I said, I wasn't going to do that, because I know that cereal gets soggy, right? So if I would have baked the Fruity Pebbles in the cake batter, then I don't think that would have been good. I wanted to taste the crunch, even if it's just for the moment, just for me cooking it and just doing it. I wanted to taste that Fruity Pebble crunch. I wanted to taste it just to see how it tastes, because I love Fruity Pebbles. But I'm not a big cereal eater, but like I said, I wanted that crunch. So here I'm stuffing the Fruity Pebbles inside of the holes that I poked off in the cake. And you want to make sure that you can go down as far as possible. Now, you know, when you cooking cake for someone else and you dealing with stuff like this, you want to put you some gloves on. You want to have all the other material like, a spoon or something. You just don't want, if you cook it for 50,000,001 people, you don't want to use your hands. But hey, I wasn't cooking for 50,000,001 people. I was just doing a cake that I was sitting at work. And I said, hey, today I want to do a recipe for me. I want to try my recipe in making a fruity pebble cake. And that's what I did. So here I washed my hands. I did. My hands were washed. Um, I washed my hands several times. And, I just wanted to make sure that I got that fruity pebbles down off in there because like I said, once again, I didn't want to cook the fruity pebbles inside of the batter because I already knew that wasn't going to turn out. That was going to be mighty, how you call it? That was going to be soggy or you either wasn't going to taste it. So like I said, I really wanted that fruity pebble taste, that cereal taste. So I just poke holes in both of the cakes and I stuffed the cereal down off inside of the cake. But as I could tell when I was doing it, you know, the vegetable oil did make it a little moist, but it didn't make it moist like the butter. And when I bake my cakes, I like to use butter because I like that cake. I just want the cake to just melt in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? I just want it to melt in your mouth. But here, I'm just trying to get the cereal down off in the holes. It's kind of hard. So I was thinking the next time I bake a cake, I'm going to cut the cakes in half. Pour the fruity pebbles in the middle. First, you want to try to put like a little coat of icing. Pour the fruity pebbles in the middle just so that they can stick. And then put it. But I want to make sure the cake is completely cooled off because y'all, if it's not, the cereal still will get soggy because of the steam and everything. So it still will. Some of the fruity pebbles was soggy um, because, like I said, because of the steam. But my next time, this was just my first time, but the very next time I make this, I'm going to let my cake cool. Let your cake, if y'all try this recipe, let your cake cool completely before you start stuffing the fruity pebbles off inside of the cake. And like I said, the next time what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut the cakes in half, put a little icing in the middle, and then pour the fruity pebbles. Here I wanted to turn one of the cakes over to the bottom so that the bottom can have that fruity pebbles. And this is what I did. I turned it over. It worked perfectly. The way it did. I put the red icing. I didn't icing all the way around. I just put it in the very middle because I'm going to do something different to the outside. But here I'm pouring fruity pebbles all over the cake because like I say, when I cut the cake, I want to have that crunch, that fruity pebble crunch. I want that cereal crunch. I want that taste like when you first bite it, or you know how when you fix fruity pebbles and and you take a bite and you get that crunch. That's what I wanted here. But the cake, when I put the second layer on, it wasn't too moist, but it was moist. And the holes were kind of sinking because I probably should have turned both of the cakes upside down, but I was just trying to do something different, y'all. Here, I'm just trying to get the icing down off in the holes as well because it was really moist. And soon as I put that spoon on, that spatula on the icing, the top of the cake just come up. Um, Next time I will be cutting the sides of the cake to make it have a smoother um level of, and to make the icing more smooth, because I do see that a lot when people make cakes. They cut the edge so that it will be smooth. And here I just put, icing on the top. And like I said, I wanted it to be something like Christmas, and I wanted that those fruity pebbles to be more like snow. And I did here, I put whipped icing and I poured fruity pebbles. I tried to make that like the corner. But when you're doing that, you cannot use whipped icing. Do not use whipped icing when you are, putting any type of cereal, cookies, or anything on the side, because that whip was just too whipped. It was too whipped. So I do know the next time I will not be using it. But y'all, it turned out really good. It did. The middle had the icing and the cereal in it. And I cut a little piece. And like I say, next time I will be cutting off the hard part around the cake so that it can get a better icing. So I can put icing on it better. Um, I really want to try to do something different, like coat the cake better, so that cause see, when I got ready to take a bite, it just didn't do right. It didn't pull apart right because of that outer layer on there. Next time, like I said, I will be cutting it. But I tell y'all, this was delicious. I will make this 100 more times. I will give this 100 out of 10. It was good, y'all. I tell y'all, it was good. And that whipped icing, it was good, but I won't use again. I never use whipped icing. I always use buttercream, but that's what I had, and that's what I use. So, y'all, I took another piece and it was delicious. But please, 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 y'all try this recipe. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Be blessed.